Giving 100 points to Strazoy. Thanks, Ivan, for doing that.
Oh, I didn't even.
Spacecraft Columbia and Challenger, Enterprise was never in an Earth orbit. Instead, it was used to study the orbiter's flying and landing qualities and aerodynamic properties during airborne glide tests. When the Space Shuttle circles tomorrow afternoon, she'll be flying piggyback aboard a modified Boeing 747 jet.
J. Edgar Hoover FBI building houses the Bureau's Washington headquarters. Supporting local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, the FBI makes available the most scientific and proficient crime-fighting capabilities ever developed.
I never have to ask around to know what's right for me. I like my fun, I like my friends who keep me company. And when I want some cooling down or picking up, you see, I don't have to think about what to drink, 'cause milk's the one for me.
Milk is the one. Gives me the cold, fresh taste I like, the lift I like.
I don't have to think about what to drink, 'cause milk's the one for me.
Milk's the one.
Unit with emergency, go ahead. We have spotted a tornado in Green Township. It is really big. Wolfleet headed northeast towards 275. Wolfleet and Creek, a house exploded. 460. Creek and Plainfield is a shambles. 962, go ahead. This whole neighborhood, Hutchison Road, has been wiped out. Houses leveled, wires, poles, and towers down. You better send everything you can get over here. Everything we got's rolling, 962.
In the morning.
We had a tornado. That would be the understatement of the year.
Oh my goodness. In fact, it's like 100,000 tons of bombs.
Of course, you know by now that Elvis Presley died yesterday. Later today, his body will lie in state at his home, Graceland, in Memphis, Tennessee.
Earlier this week, Democratic congressional leaders urged President Carter to their reform proposals for a while. They were unsuccessful, as Marilyn Berger now reports from the White House.
After Health, Education, and Welfare Secretary Joseph Califano met with President Carter this morning, he said the administration will present its proposals for welfare reform this week, as planned.
The President's program is going to be as he's promised. It'll be very pro-work, it'll be very pro-family, it'll be very anti-fraud and anti-abuse.
Just days before the message is to go to Congress, a final picture is emerging of what the proposals will contain. The program will require no additional cost during the first year. Work incentives will be provided, but there's no sign there will be enough work to get a large number of people off welfare quickly. Income supplements to the working poor will be determined by both salary and family size. Welfare mothers will not be required to work if their children are under the age of 14. States will receive some financial relief to help pay for welfare programs. How much is not known. Influential congressmen have warned the president that many of these proposals are highly controversial and that action this year is very unlikely.
With the exception of preventing war, this is the greatest challenge that our country will face during our lifetime. The energy crisis has not yet overwhelmed us, but it will if we do not act quickly. It's a problem that we will not be able to solve in the next few years, and it's likely to get progressively worse through the rest of this century. We must not be selfish or timid if we hope to have a decent world for our children and our grandchildren. We simply must balance our demand for energy with our rapidly shrinking resources. By acting now, we can control our future instead of
one process.
As a matter of fact, it's in the tri-state area of Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming, there are 1.8 trillion barrels of oil in place, and that the recoverable oil from those deposits is probably of the order of 600 billion barrels. Now this is more oil here in these deposits that is calculated to be recoverable than the proven oil deposits of the entire world.
The two areas where we waste most of our energy are transportation and our heating and cooling systems. Transportation consumes 26% of all our energy, and as much as half of that is waste. We simply must save.
One energy idea that is here today is the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, a stockpile of oil stored in underground caverns called salt domes. These reserves are like money in the bank to be drawn on when needed. Maurice Graber, the Department of Energy.
The cavern beneath us will hold about 16 million barrels of oil. The 5 caverns on this complex will store about 60 million as they now exist. The major purpose of the oil storage program is to stockpile a reservoir of oil which will be available in case a shortage develops for any reason.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing. His road manager tried to revive him. He failed. A hospital tried to revive him. It failed. His doctor pronounced him dead at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
During the night, one of the jets belonging to Presley brought his former wife, Priscilla, and their daughter, Lisa Marie, to Memphis from California.
You wish you hadn't have taken it?
Well, not particularly. I think after reading the books, I don't think at first, initially, I thought it was going to be damaging, but after I read 4 polygraph books, and it didn't seem all that damaging because it's not all that exact. And once you read a book, you can't beat the test, but you can keep them from beating you. For instance, you can learn how to breathe and normal and things like that.
2 unmanned spacecraft, Voyager 1 and 2, lifted off from Cape Canaveral atop Titan Centaur rockets. Traveling uninterrupted through interstellar space, the Voyagers will endure forever, long after everything man has ever built has crumbled into dust. In the event the spacecraft encounter alien intelligence, both Voyagers carry a copper phonograph record, a message, celebrating the sights and sounds of Earth.
And friendly wishes.
These unique discs contain photographs of everyday life, as well as voices, offering greetings in 55 languages. There are also animal noises, the music of Beethoven and Chuck Berry, a baby crying, laughter, rain, and a...
Simple as can be. Skateboard safety is simple. Never ride in the street, and before you take off, put on your gloves, elbow and knee pads, and helmet. It's no fun to wipe out, but if you do, you'll be protected. Safety gear. And more fun on wheels.
There's a key, and it makes it just as simple as can be. Guard your elbows, head, hands, and knees. Do it for your own security.
It helps a lot.
It's the key.
Just in case.
It's the key.
And the shuttle Columbia is due to return to Earth later today, and the weather is cooperating, but there is a potential problem. The hydraulic system is broken down, forcing Columbia to rely on backup systems.
To tell you the complete story of these activities, we are professing to tell you the complete story that we know. Right. But these records that we've uncovered don't tell the story. They tell pieces of
The buildings behind me were the headquarters for the World War II Office of Strategic Services. It was here that the first halting steps toward mind control began.
The shaper and molder of OSS was General Wild Bill Donovan. He said of his group's work, "We may have made mistakes, but we were not afraid to try things that were never done before." In this anything-goes atmosphere, Donovan appointed this man, Stanley Lovell, a Boston industrialist, to break new ground in many scientific and technical fields. Donovan called Lovell his Dr. Moriarty, after the fiendish professor in Sherlock Holmes. Lovell liked the name and posed for this Saturday Evening Post photo. He later wrote of his OSS job that it was, quote, to stimulate the Peck's bad boy beneath the surface of every American scientist and to say to him, throw all of your normal law-abiding concepts out of... Here's a chance to raise merry hell. It was in this atmosphere that the search for mind control...
CIA Director Turner said such tests stopped years ago. He said he found it abhorrent to use human beings as guinea pigs.
In this note from White's diaries, it says, call Lovell regarding TD. TD was a rather transparent cover for Truth Drug. George White worked with the Truth Drug Committee here at St. Elizabeth's Hospital in the nation's capital. They experimented with mescaline, scopolamine, and marijuana on unwitting victims. The committee soon learned there was no easy panacea, no truth drug at this stage. But White and later colleagues would not stop trying. The goal remained the same. As this 1952 CIA memo says, the aim is controlling an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his will, and even against such fundamental laws of nature as self-preservation.
Make up for a meet and treat Halloween this year. Meet the neighbors and treat the kids. Keep children out of masks that obscure vision and in short costumes to prevent tripping. Reflective tape makes them glow in the beam of headlights. For fun and safety, accompany children on their neighborhood rounds in the afternoon and early evening. And be sure that all candy is wrapped and sealed. Make Halloween a time to meet and treat. It'll be fun for...
The CIA's interest in LSD was intense. The worry was that the Russians would get hold of it. Were the Soviets into LSD?
I'm going to have to say I'm sure they were, but if you ask me to prove it, I've never seen any direct proof of it.
But at one point, intelligence information received from Switzerland said that Sandoz Laboratories was about to put 100 million doses of LSD on the open market. And it caused enough concern within the agency that the United States was prepared to buy the entire supply.
I once thought the women's movement belonged more to my daughters than to me, but I have come to know that it belongs to women of all ages. I am proud to say, and I want you to know, that Texas was the 9th state to ratify the right of women to vote, and the 7th state to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment.
I move the adoption of the following resolution. The Equal Rights Amendment should be ratified.
It was an historic moment 15 years ago today. The world watched as 2 Americans landed on the moon's surface for the first time. The dream had become a reality. It was the fulfillment of a national goal set forth by President John F. Kennedy in 1961.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Neil Armstrong, does it feel like ancient history or only yesterday?
Well, in many ways it seems like 15 years, but many of the individual parts of the flight I recall as if it were yesterday.
By today's standards, the Apollo technology must seem pretty primitive. Was it part miracle? Neil?
I think it was about 99% dedication of the people who put our spacecraft together and ensured it worked the way it was supposed to work.
Thank you for sharing this anniversary with us this morning. You look fine in business suits. You looked great in spacesuits. We'll be back after a station break.
The weekly military casualty figures were released today in Saigon. 11 Americans were killed in combat, 20 were wounded. More than 900 South Vietnamese soldiers were killed and more than 3,200 South Vietnamese wounded.
In one important aspect, the offensive has backfired badly on the North Vietnamese. It has harmed them politically inside South Vietnam. For the first time, there is a remarkable degree of political solidarity in the country. President Thieu is firmly in control. The only criticism has come from opposition leaders who felt they had to say something to protect their positions. Even they have not blamed Thieu for the communist successes. President Thieu's position is still largely dependent on the support he gets from Washington. He is the American choice to run Vietnam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
We are certifying the 26th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States.
That amendment, as you know, provides for the right to vote of all of our young people between 18 and 21. 11 million new voters as a result of this amendment.
A massive shock rippling out of the mountains just north of the San Fernando Valley. Hitting here, missing there, but shaking most of Southern California. Fires everywhere.
I think Pete's absolutely right about this medical job. This is the first time we've ever had the space available to really adequately test a guy up there to see how he behaves under zero gravity for long periods. So we really don't know what's going to happen to the guy in the long term. And this is probably, to my mind, the single most important thing that we've got to do in Total Skylab, is find out whether man himself does have a future in space in terms of making long journeys to somewhere else.
Now people are beginning to pick up the pieces.
What are you looking for down there?
Money and all sorts of things like spoons, forks, and knives, parts of mirrors, parts of plates, razor blades.
Have you found anything?
Yep, money, spoons, razor blades.
How much money did you find?
$4.98.
How long are you going to keep digging?
Till I have to go home.
I will only say that I've had some experience, and a great deal of experience, as a matter of fact, in this past year in dealing with communist leaders. I find that making a bargain with them is not easy. And you get something from them only when you have something they want to get from you. The only way we're going to get our POWs back is to be doing something to them, and that means hitting military targets in North Vietnam, retaining a residual force in South Vietnam, and continuing the mining of the harbors in North Vietnam.
Apollo 16 lifts America back into space and gives our astronauts a dune buggy tour of lunar land.
Okay. I think that it's interesting to consider what Margaret Mead said about women who are honored in authority in this country. She said that, in fact, widows are the only such women, because what you have to do is be married to a man who has a certain position, live out your role of childbearing and housekeeping. Then, through no fault of yours, he dies. And then alone, is it all right for you to take over his job? We've decided that that's awfully hard on the men.
Señor presidente, vemos este hermoso espectáculo de niños en brazos de sus madres. Aquí están dos jóvenes madres con dos hermosas niñas que las abrazan. At this rally in Silver Spring, Maryland, Governor Wallace's campaign is crushed by violence. Arthur Bremer, seen applauding a 21-year-old busboy, uses the cover of the crowd and the confusion to get close enough to the candidate for an attempted assassination.
Today was the critical operation for the governor to remove a bullet lodged near his spinal column and to find out whether the bullet had cut his spine. A controversial day in politics. A man arrested trying to bug the offices of the Democratic National Committee in Washington turns out to be an employee of President Richard Nixon's re-election campaign committee. And perhaps a significant day for the Vietnam peace negotiations. The president of the Soviet Union has left Hanoi, saying they will resume soon.
Mother Nature unleashes the fury of Hurricane Agnes across 4 states: Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New York. 134 lives are lost. Thousands are homeless. Runs into the millions.
I can assure you that as Secretary General of this organization, I am deeply worried about this development. It is extremely serious. And it is for this reason that I decided on my own, I want to stress this, to put this question of terrorism and acts of violence on the agenda of the next General Assembly.
Next stop, Moscow. Purpose, a summit meeting between President Nixon and Soviet leaders Brezhnev and Kosygin. Agreement is reached on limitations of nuclear weapons, the sale of American wheat to the Soviets, and a trade of beverages, our soft drinks for their vodka. Another victory for personal diplomacy on a global scale.
In a field 4 miles from London Airport. The tail section was intact, but the body of the plane was demolished.
With the Paris peace talks stalled, the Vietnam War worsens. Responding to a devastating Viet Cong offensive, President Nixon orders new measures.
All entrances to North Vietnamese ports will be mined to prevent access to these ports and North Vietnamese naval operations from these ports.
Gordon was in Hanoi apparently to talk about a new peace effort. He said the visit was successful and that the Soviet Union will do everything it can to bring about a de-escalation of the Vietnam War.
Paris continues to be the focal point of world attention. American negotiators arrive for another in a long series of peace talks with the North Vietnamese. Presidential aide Henry Kissinger, a key figure in the lengthy and complex conferences, sounds a premature note of hope. We believe
federal indictments Washington today in the Watergate bugging affair.
In spite of the increased security, West Germany continues to offer political asylum to hijackers from communist countries. Just last week, the West German government refused to return 10 Czechoslovakians who killed a pilot during their hijack escape to the West.
As you know, I will soon be visiting the People's Republic of China, the Soviet Union. I go there with no illusions. We have great differences with both powers. We shall continue to have great differences. But peace depends on the ability of great powers to live together on the same planet despite their differences. We would not be true to our obligation to generations yet unborn if we failed to seize this moment to do everything in our power to ensure that we will be able to talk about those differences rather than to fight about them in the future.
Peking, historic site for an unprecedented meeting between East and West. Responding to a special invitation, President and Mrs. Nixon arrive, and Premier Zhou Enlai is on hand to extend an official welcome to the presidential couple. It's Mr. Nixon's initial move toward his self-proclaimed goal, a generation of peace. A confident president, anxious to end the diplomatic freeze between the United States and China, Mao. Top aide Henry Kissinger joins the talks with Premier Zhou Enlai on Vietnam and East-West trade. The First Lady views giant pandas, a gift of the People's Republic. Personal presidential diplomacy tentatively parts the bamboo curtain.
His condemnation of U.S. military actions in Vietnam and revealing he brought back assurances from Hanoi about the release of American prisoners of war.
Including the foreign minister, talked for well over an hour with the prime minister, 2 hours and 45 minutes with the foreign minister, and I've got both verbal and written assurances about the prisoners.
Clarence Kelly, the president's choice to be permanent head of the FBI, cleared the Senate Judiciary Committee today. We'll have reports tonight on the economy, and we'll see what happened to a fat man who had part of his insides cut out in an effort to be a thin man.
Massive crowds take to the streets of the Egyptian capital. Euphoria. After 5 lean years, there are signs that Egypt is about to stand on its own feet. They are cheering this man. It was then that President Anwar Sadat dropped his diplomatic bomb. He announced that the Russians had been asked to withdraw their Russian soil after nearly a decade of Soviet-Egyptian cooperation.
Televised violence can increase aggressive tendencies in some children. We will have to manage our program.
I congratulate you for that statement.
Ballot of the International Olympic Committee. Out of 70 ballots, 36 were to withdraw the invitation to the Rhodesian team, 31 were for maintaining it, and 3 were blank. This means the invitation to the Rhodesian team to participate in the games of the 20th Olympiad has been withdrawn.
The Rhodesians left angry. Representatives of Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and Uganda were jubilant. The expulsion of Rhodesia culminated a campaign that saw American black athletes pledge to walk out with the Africans. Now their teams, they say, will unpack their suitcases, give up their threatened boycott, and the Summer Olympics can go.
Munich houses the Olympic flame as athletes from all
All
over
right.
the globe gather for the traditional games. Officials hope that world
Oh,
tensions
two.
will not create an incident.
Huh. So numbers are a lot more different. So every day, the numbers change. Okay. But at least I got the thing over here. I got the face cam working now. Okay, that's cool. This is a basketball game. Decision 72.
From the White House on a third-rate burglary attempt. Obviously, he said, we don't condone that kind of second-rate activity. There was little Republican reaction today to the charges that they mounted a massive intelligence and sabotage operation against the Democrats.
Moving a chess piece, he emerged world
Oh, this is the chess game right here. This is the chess game that led us to pawn versus pawn.
Avenue Kléber, in a former Gestapo headquarters, politicians have been talking for 4 years about ending a war.
Jesus Christ. Leave it to politicians to take a long ass time.
The Paris peace talks, hailed
Jesus.
as a major breakthrough in 1968, have by 1972 achieved nothing.
Jesus
Delegates
Christ,
still
my
turn
parents
up,
were children by the time they saw by the time this was out.
And yet in
You know?
other parts of Paris, secret meetings between Americans and North Vietnamese did attempt to break the deadlock.
Jesus.
The American initiative was led by President Nixon's special advisor, Dr. Henry Kissinger. Since 1970, he has met North Vietnamese leaders 12 times. At their meetings, he offered much of what the communists demanded.
Much of what the
Withdrawal
communists
American
demanded, eh?
forces and new elections in South Vietnam. But all offers were rejected or ignored, and the whole American formula publicly rebutted by Hanoi.
Apollo 17, first nighttime launch in history. The body of former Chief Executive Harry S. Truman lies in state. Death came at 88 after a long and typically courageous struggle with illness. Former President and Mrs. Johnson and President and Mrs. Nixon attend rites.
President, are you ready to take the constitutional oath?
The
Place
constitutional
your
oath
left
of
hand on
Nixon.
the Bible and raise your right hand, and please repeat after me. I, Richard Nixon, do solemnly swear.
I, Richard Nixon,
Do solemnly swear
I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. That's the constitutional oath. That every president's got to do one of those. Oh, they're doing the 21 gun salute. Ooh, man, they don't do that now. They need to do that more. Old 21 gun salute.
White House aide named Alexander Buck
drops of bombs.
Butterfield.
The president has secretly taped all of his White House conversations, including those involving Watergate. The president had already installed a new attorney general to handle Watergate. Harvard Law Professor
Neat.
Archibald Cox becomes special prosecutor.
Archibald Cox.
To subpoena the elusive tapes.
Oh yes, by the way, I already went into H8. I wasn't able to stream yesterday because I was doing some work, but you know, and after I was done with the day, I was like exhausted, so I wasn't able to do it. But I did get to go into that that place. I got to go into that little shack southwest of the prison, and I did see a couple more new pieces of paper with you know, ciphers on them. I think I might have actually solved, believe it or not, the what's it called? The freaking I believe I saw what. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. I saw something along the lines of what's it called? I solved the freaking. I might have actually solved the case with the chemical compounds. And sorry if my brain's a little bit mush. It's yeah, and I'm probably not gonna be on for too long, mainly because I have some more work that I gotta do. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure I do this thing. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got today and tomorrow for you guys. So far I got the new numbers, and like you gotta really like watch these things over and over again, like every single day, because apparently the V2s, V3s, and V4s, they're like different numbers, so you kind of gotta like look through them. You know what I mean? Alright, next tape it is. Alright, so this is 1968 to 1969 V3.
Well, it seems now more certain than ever that the bloody experience of Vietnam is to end in a stalemate. But it is increasingly clear to this reporter that the only rational way out then will be to negotiate, not as victors, but as an honorable people who lived up to their pledge to defend democracy and did the best they could.
I am announcing today my candidacy for the presidency of the United States. I do not run for the presidency merely to oppose any man, but to oppose new policies.
Yo! What's up?
What is required in the United States is not what Vice President Humphrey has said, which is the politics of joy and the politics of happiness, but the politics of reality.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, I might not be on for too long. I just wanted to get this thing out for you guys, just to get it out for you guys, and then after that I'm gonna have to go because I got some stuff I gotta do. But yeah. Now this, I believe, is one of the first Mountain Dew commercials.
Suddenly, the enemy finds new strength to strike, denying all American tales of progress.
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam is right by battle. Psychological scorch. United States bombers continue their raid.
Oh, I wasn't on screen, so you guys could hear the 1977 and 1978 thing. So that, and also because my webcam was kind of acting out too. This is King Mohammed. Ooh. But yeah, some of these are like very dark undertones. Yeah. So after this, I'm going to show you guys what the place looks like, and then after that, I got to get going. So.
Martial law. He had to do it on the American Armed Forces
really? Martial law? Back in the 1960s?
flown to pieces.
Shit. Oh, 15. 09. Wow, okay. 2 and 1. Jesus, these numbers are changing. Like, some of them remain constant and other ones remain, like, completely different, so...
But now, in March, his generals report they need 200,000 more men in Vietnam. These troops he sends to war are fellow citizens. Their warm and precious lives pledged to a cause that many of their countrymen wish to yield. Courage to persist is of the essence of a leader. Courage to stop sometimes takes greater will.
For the 8th day in a row, fighting continues here in the Cholan district. Now, since the communist offensive, almost every city and town in South Vietnam is cut off from the others.
President Thieu of South Vietnam said today that anyone who advocates a coalition government for his nation is a traitor. That it will give North Vietnam a
okay,
total of
06.
$45 million in aid and long-term credits.
06.
The minority chants its protest.
Brian Kundrat, welcome to the stream. Wow.
I say that when respect for the United States has fallen all over the world.
And the numbers keep changing too, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nixon. There's Nixon right there. I'm not going to be around after the stream, Freddie, because I'm going to be doing some work. Wait, what the? Oh, I missed that. I'm not going to be able to do anything like that, play after the stream, because I'm going to be doing some work and working. So, I'm going to be doing all that. So that's going to be really, really cool. And then after that, I'll be back tomorrow. Now I don't remember what the other number was. I'm trying to catch up with the numbers here.
13 seconds.
The next one was 4. But yeah, you have to like always watch these videos every single day because they come out with new numbers with each version. Yeah. This is the moon landing. It's not really a fireside chat per se. It's more like every day you got to go through these videos and get new numbers because they give you like certain new numbers for like some sort of code. But I think I deciphered the code for what's it called? I think I deciphered the code for the chemical compound. I took the chemical compounds, created a code, put them in through the Hills system, and then took the last letters, and it like fit with the other letters that were already there. Wow. I never thought I'd see anybody say, "Oh my God, we're beating the Russians," like excitedly. Oh, these were the first Mountain Dew commercials right here. I don't know if this was like the first exact one, but you can see it says Mountain Dew right there, so it looks like it could be like could be like one of the first Mountain Dew commercials. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Soldiers must defend the capital. Machine guns turned upon Americans, whose laws no longer bind.
All right. Let me just put this in here. All right. Who is that? I'm trying to remember. Was that Kim Jong-il's father? That might have been Kim Jong-il's father. Maybe not, I don't know. Looks like his father. Maybe someone else's father, I don't know. 25. 25 is the next number.
The feeling that I had when I won the Olympics was a feeling so proud and just wanting to belong to the country.
One of the...
It's the most wonderful feeling anyone could ever have.
The Olympics. Ooh, the Olympics. Ice skater lady who won.
Tragic news from Czechoslovakia shocks the conscience of the world.
No shit, buddy.
Allies have invaded a defenseless country.
Mm-hmm.
Stamp out a resurgence of ordinary human freedom.
Ooh.
It is a sad comment.
Yeah, yeah, the United States and the Soviet Union had a lot of tensions back then. You know. Hell, they might even have a little bit now, but like it's not as, you know, messed up as it was before. This looks like the rebellions in China. I think that's Chinese that they're speaking. I'm not sure. Like, I know the difference between like some of these languages, but like, yeah, I think that's Chinese they're speaking. I'm not sure. No, that's not Chinese. They're not speaking Chinese. It's something else. Oh, this is Russian. What the hell am I saying? Jesus Christ. Ooh.
I shall not seek, and I will not accept
I don't know who this guy is.
the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
Nixon chooses Chicago to open his assault on Humphrey in September.
Nixon. Oh, there we go.
Only 1 week earlier,
There's
the
Nixon.
streets and parks were battleground. The Republican draws 400,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Triumphal
11.
lead carries him from Chicago to San Francisco.
There's a lot of numbers in like these newer versions. Like they're putting a lot more.
He underscores his
Like the first one didn't have that many numbers. This one has a shit ton. Hodakan. This is somewhere in Asia. I just don't know where. Oh, Vietnam. This is Vietnam. Okay. This is Nam. Nam. Oh, this is Vietnam.
Marines and airborne advanced into the Communist line.
Yep. The Marines and Airborne Division went into the Communist lines. I remember this. I remember reading about this. Yeah, this was all Vietnam. Oh, 12. Okay. Alright, good.
American youth today has its fringes, but that's part of the greatness of our country. I have great faith in American youth.
American youth.
The youth of today can change the world.
Eh.
I think that we're going to go forward to a great age, not just for Americans, but for peace and progress for all the people in the world.
Yeah, American youth is ooh. I feel sorry for the announcer. American youth is oh boy, that's a doozy. He's like, I have faith in the American youth. I'm like, I looked at most of the youth. I'm like, oh God, no, why? You know, it's not that I don't have faith in the American youth. It's just like they're much more odder than regular kids that I've seen. It's like, oh my God, what the hell are you? Like, I've been to colleges and shit, so, like... Yeah, this was, like, the creepiest part. And when the numbers make it creepier. Agnew for vice president? This would be funny if it weren't so serious. Paid for by the citizens of Humphrey.
This game depends,
Oh.
however, on his unwritten alliance with Reagan.
Reagan.
Announcing
There's
open
Reagan.
candidacy,
I see him.
now speeds from caucus to caucus. If Reagan
That
can
really
persuade his
came out
Southern
wrong.
friends to
He
break
speeds
their
from
prior
caucus to
pledges
caucus.
Nixon, the convention will come apart.
You know what they say, if you see a politician you don't like, you say, why don't you suck my caucus? Anyways. This is the rocket launches. Oh! 01. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of numbers here. Holy shit. Like I'm putting them in as I see them. Aeronautics and Space Report. So I think like tomorrow the last video tape is coming out. Like the last tape is coming out.
After a tearful reunion, the men unfolded a tale of torture at the hands of the communists bent on extracting.
And then we just like watch that one, go to the last place, and then we try to figure out those puzzles.
For rejoicing and sorrow, grief for the one ship.
Jesus.
Neil A. Armstrong.
Oh, this is Neil Armstrong.
And Michael Collins.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong and the other two. I don't remember who they were, but I remember Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Like that, I remember. Like Neil Armstrong didn't give a fuck.
Early, ate breakfast, and dressed in their spacesuits.
Yeah, like going into outer space, like that's got to be some really scary shit because you don't know what the hell's gonna go on. But it talks about the moon landing, so I'm expecting like I'm expecting something in Call of Duty, the next Black Ops game, which is, you know, we already know it's going to be Black Ops, taking place during the Cold War, Russian brainwashing, these numbers, yeah, it's Call of Duty Black Ops, definitely.
Data must be collected and reported.
And this one's definitely got to be taking place during the Cold War.
Including photography.
Definitely.
Inside and outside the space.
This one's definitely going to be taking place during the Cold War.
These actions appear faster than they actually work.
Can you hang out until I finish this, or you want to drop out? You want to coach me?
Oh boy.
You want to coach me?
All right. Oh, this is Saigon. No, this is there's Cambodia, Thailand. Oh, Thailand's like very nice. Saigon though. This is Vietnam. This is Nam. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 Vietnam. Yeah, my grandfather fought in Vietnam. It's cool.
Other small bands still roam the city. Hamburger Hill was the biggest.
Hamburger Hill, that sounds friggin' delicious. What the fuck?
The objective of the operation was not the hill, but control of the Asha, the main infiltration route threatening northern coastal cities. After the 101st Airborne Division requested Hamburger Hill from the enemy.
We are definitely going to be checking out. We're definitely going to be checking out the new room.
The 10-day offensive against
we'll check out the new room and see what's around. But then after that, I gotta go because like I got some work to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I want to show you guys that really quickly as soon as we're done watching these videos. And then afterwards, like after we're done watching these videos, we'll go to that new location, that new war zone location in B7. So yeah.
I believe we must take risks for peace.
Because there were a lot of places in B, you know.
We shall not trade our defenses for a disarming smile or charming word. We are prepared for new initiatives in the control of arms in the context of other specific moves to reduce tensions around the world.
There's H6 that we went to, B5, and then somewhere along the lines is B7. So we're gonna go to B7.
Simply because the American people will defend our values.
Yeah, we're gonna go to B7, and then afterwards we're gonna check all that. But holy shit, you know.
A lot of people get jittery and they seem to don't even want to discuss it. Nuclear weapons are a deterrent to war. We want to remain the strongest nuclear power in the world.
Nuclear power.
Weapons unless we have to. But we will use any weapons if necessary to protect America.
Why did it change?
Make each other better. I mean, I've learned so much by playing with you. You know?
Yeah. That's very weird.
We're not egomaniacs, you know?
But yeah, my parents were born around 1968. Oh yeah, this was like the creepiest part of the video. That is very disturbing, like how it's echoing like that. It's like psychologically fucking with me. It's actually... Dude, that actually kind of fucks with me with the little echo and those people laying on the floor like that. It makes me think of like a bunch of dead bodies on the floor. Like, damn, what the hell happened to these guys? They look like shit. Holy. Like that'll fuck with me a little bit. Like that fucked with me. That part of this tape. There's like a couple parts of this tape that kind of fuck with me a little bit. Like, you know, some that I'll like be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's a good route, right? Yeah, there's the fucking bridge. I'm here. I mean, it's end zone time, so probably somebody's here. But very few people come in. Watch me get sniped. As I say that, you know?
Dude, this was the first moon landing. Like, you gotta have some balls of steel to land on the fucking moon. Like, that's gotta be the scariest thing in the world. Imagine one of those ropes that you're tied to cuts and you're just like floating out in space. That'd be fucking horrifying.
Astronauts Collins,
Aldrin, and Armstrong
came out of their sealed quarantine tank last night.
Damn.
And today had their first day at home in peace. But it will not last long. The schedule in front of them is in some ways more arduous than their trip to the moon.
So I just hope it keeps them going. Yeah, but I mean, now that we've figured this out, you know, I think we definitely. Yep. Yeah, I mean.
Well, it seems now more certain than ever.
Oh yeah, let's watch V4 now.
More on that later. In Laos, the government's army suffered its worst defeat of the Civil War, evacuating its last stronghold in north central Laos. Now the
yeah, let's go back to 1961.
That's probably the most hardest spot. I mean, I would say it's probably like the equivalent of landing at Tilted, right?
And like, people are saying that the protagonist of Call of Duty Black Ops actually ends up killing Kennedy because he's like a sleeper agent for the Russians.
San Francisco gets the heaviest snow in 30 years. Children, many of whom have never seen snow before, are more spellbound than snowbound. But they soon learn what to do.
That Call of Duty thing that they see kind of special Call of Duty thing.
This is John Kennedy's oath of office. To the best of your ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Or so help you God. Goddamn right. Like,
and so, my fellow Americans,
not what your country can do for you, and what you can do for your country. Yeah, I remember that speech. I remember that little speech. I learned about that one. Ironically, I never learned anything about the Cold War in school. Ironically, I never learned about the Cold War in school. I actually studied up on it because, like, my grandfather fought during it. You know, so I ended up getting a very... I became very, very interested in the Cold War when I found out that my grandfather fought in the Cold War. And my other grandfather, as well as my step-grandfather, pretty much fought during World War II. Well, they didn't fight in it, but like they were soldiers during World War II. I don't think they saw any action really. I know my grandfather, my father's father, had to escape the Germans because that was like he was about to get on the train, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, just when So basically, my grandfather was about to get on the train to go up against the Americans back then, but at that time, by the time he was he was stepping on the train, the Italians basically said they didn't want to work with the Germans anymore and told Germany to fuck off. So he had to actually escape the Germans. So that was the thing, yes, and he escaped. You know, he could have very well been a prisoner of war, but the man escaped. So, you know, you gotta have like some serious balls of steel to be a soldier or an astronaut. You gotta like really have some serious balls for that. Is that 52? The distortion fucks with me a little bit. Like, it just sounds kind of, it's like, hello, Satan?
No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space. And none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
The assault has begun on the dictatorship of Fidel Castro.
Oh yeah, this was back when, you know, we got into a bit of a scuffle with Castro in the United States.
Foreign Minister Olivares shows diplomats rockets fired from the Cuban raiders, which he claims have U.S. markings.
The United States has committed no aggression against Cuba, and no offensive has been launched from Florida or from any other part of the United States.
Yeah, now I couldn't hear you before. It is. But it was not that. I didn't take the shot on him right away.
Okay.
Like I had a shot on him. I tried to like snipe him and moved.
Cuba was oh wait, Cuba. I thought they were communists. What socialists? Whoa. Uh-oh. 15. Yuri Gagarin. 93. What the hell do these numbers mean, though, is my question. And another thing I realized was that when you look at the forms, like those little pieces of paper, when you look at those pieces of paper, like I realized something very interesting. When I looked at those pieces of paper, like when I looked at those pieces of paper, I noticed like they're color coded. Then I like with those little circles taped on them. So like I kind of realized it with I realized it that like, you know, the papers, the pieces of paper would have like a green dot on it or an orange dot. Oh, 37. Hold on. So basically, it would have green dots on it, orange dots, blue dots, and pink dots, kind of like how these tapes do. So maybe these tapes correspond to the riddles we're solving. So maybe the numbers on these tapes kind of show us what we're supposed to be looking for here. 71. There we go. Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King. Very smart man. God bless him. Very smart man. One of the first nuclear tests, other than, you know, the ones that happened during World War II. You know, nukes. Who doesn't like a good old nuke? Who doesn't like a good old-fashioned nuke? Who doesn't like a good old nuke? Nukes are fun. I just wish I could drop nukes, and like, you could still drop nukes in Modern Warfare, but like, it's not as fun. Oh wait.
Something about which we can all speculate.
So I kind of saw.
Immigration at the University of Mississippi becomes a one-man crusade. When Air Force Veteran James Meredith tries to register,
What the hell's with his hair?
U.S. Marshals block. When university officials
Oh, this is the police music right there. The police music. There we go. Up 25.
Meredith goes away, and the federal
That's a lot of freaking numbers. Holy hell.
The forces increased tenfold and more. It is not enough to avert a night of rioting, leaving 2 dead, and the campus
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
75 students and other rioters are arrested.
Rioters.
Seized former Major General Edwin Walker, who is charged with insurrection.
Edwin Walker.
James Meredith becomes a duly registered student at the University of Mississippi.
Sir, there's been a great deal of turmoil.
She's here. She's right here.
People have been killed. Do you have any feelings of guilt? Have you given that any second thought?
Oh, I need help, Louise. She's low. Yep, she knocked me. What's her face? The mechanic knocked me.
I think that's an unfair question to me. I don't believe any of you believe that I had anything.
Did you kill the actual player? I hear them.
On his return from a conference of Congolese leaders in Madagascar, at which it was agreed to convert the
This is Madagascar. Maybe we might see a level of Madagascar. That'd be cool. I kind of want to see like different levels all around the world. And I don't know if he'll play as Alex Mason or not. Maybe they'll be Alex Mason. We'll see him.
Okay, fight your way out. Just get out. Always gonna get my card. Actually, where are you?
37.
St. James Church in the Hudson River hamlet of Hyde Park.
Wow, there's a lot of freaking numbers here. Holy shit.
President Kennedy heads list of distinguished world leaders who pay last tribute to the extraordinary and beloved woman who is remembered as a humanitarian and one who loved her fellow man.
I'm with you now.
No prejudice, no national conflict in outer space as yet.
No, who the fuck just shot? Get out of there. Just leave the POI. Leave the POI. Yeah, no, leave the POI. You can always come back. No, but you can always come back. Just get some heals. Get yourself healed.
Well, I mean, you know, they always said reach for the stars.
Stoke that. I got more than 30 seconds left. I got 48 seconds. At the 30-second mark, go back.
We choose to go to the moon.
Just get yourself healed.
We choose to go to the moon.
You don't have shield? There's a chest over there. Stoke it one more time. No, you can't.
To go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not
okay, 29 seconds. There's your minis. Top minis.
60.
Will serve to organize and measure the best of our
Wow. There's a couple of repeating numbers too. Like there were like 2 60s in this thing, 2 8s, and 2 37s as well.
Just leave.
That's Coach. Yep, that's Coach over there.
Who eliminated you, the player or?
That was Coach. That's Coach talking. He's playing Fortnite right now.
Kennedy begins a tour of 4 space installations at Huntsville, Alabama, where he is greeted by Dr. Werner von Braun, space pioneer and director of this research and development center. The missiles on display are warped by the mighty Saturn rocket.
This booster is the first stage of the rocket that will put the 3-man Apollo capsule into a 2-week orbit of the Earth in 1964.
48.
The lunar chute, Gemini, which was developed here, will allow 2 men to orbit the Earth for 2 weeks and will be used for experiments in outer space rendezvous and docking missions. This winds up the
And like,
first-hand look at our
you gotta understand, like, you can't like stand when you go to the moon. You can barely stand when you get back down because like you're not used to Earth's gravity. It's really fucking bad. Like that's gotta really suck going to the moon. Like it's gotta be fun at first, but then when you get back to Earth, you're like, fuck, I can't move my legs.
Chiang Kai-shek, leader of the peoples of Free China on the island of Taiwan, heads the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the overthrow of the Manchu dynasty. 11 million Chinese, strong with their dream of someday wresting their homeland from the communists, are marking the day that saw the end of 4,000 years of monarchy in China.
Lovely. 18.
Khrushchev declared, through the formation of the world system of socialism, the situation in the world has altered radically. At present, it is
Khrushchev. 63.
On December 2nd, 1961,
wow.
Castro
There's a lot of repeating numbers.
Marxist-Leninist and will be one until the day I die. Socialism is a word. There is no halfway.
Oh my god, the numbers are going to be frequent. Holy shit. There's a lot of numbers here.
This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. To halt this offensive buildup, a strict quarantine on all offensive military equipment under shipment to Cuba is being initiated. All ships of any kind bound for Cuba, from whatever nation or port, where they're found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back. It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
Communism's adventure in Cuba is a sophisticated one. Political, psychological, subversive, with paramilitary features. Can a democratic society, wherein the right to know and the value of knowing are basic, can a democratic society wage successful political, psychological subversive warfare against communism?
Yeah, that's oh, yep, leather. You know, I used to have a leather bomber jacket, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I used to have a leather bomber jacket. It was, like, really, really comfy, too. Oh, my God. Back when I lived in New York, I used to have a leather bomber jacket. It was great. Negotiate over Nah, there's no... I don't know about negotiating with someone like Castro. I'm not 100% sure that'd work, but, you know. Shit, don't knock until you try it, I guess. Yeah, he was, yeah, from what I heard, he was a little, you know, little fucky-wucky with him. He was a little, cuckoo crazy. Khrushchev!
As he lines up with a solid endorsement for the anti-Americanism of Fidel Castro.
Well, damn. I mean, I don't think you can negotiate with Castro. I don't think negotiating with Cuba is really gonna work with that, especially with someone like a Castro. Like,
I knew she was nearby.
oh damn. Oh frick.
You want the verse?
All the factors. I noticed like this screen over here, right where my cursor is like on. It looks like a heartbeat monitor. If you look at it, look at the little heartbeat thing. Looks like a little heartbeat. That's weird. I'll look into that later. Didn't JFK do something like that? JFK, I don't know if he negotiated with Cuba, actually. I'm not 100% sure.
We could wait right over here. I am submitting.
I'm not 100% sure if he negotiated with Cuba or not.
Designed to find a way out.
I don't think he did, actually. I don't think so. I think the Russians bought their missiles to Cuba, though. They brought their missiles to Cuba. You know, because our missiles were near Russia. So, you know, just in case they tried some shit, we do some shit too. But then basically we freaked out because of the freaking, you know, missiles in Cuba. We're like, oh shit, those are nukes. And then we're like, we go to Russia, like, you better take those motherfuckers out. They said, well, we'll take ours out if you take yours away from us. Like, alright, fuck it. And so we did. Well, yeah, he negotiated with trying to kill our people. I mean, you know, that it be like that sometimes, you know. It be like that, Freddy, you know. Sometimes in our lives it be like that.
I think that you and I, with our heavy responsibilities,
yeah, I don't think there was any real negotiation with him. I think JFK negotiated with him by training rebels. No, this was like the first tape. It's V4 though. Different numbers, so I'm looking through it.
And the Soviet Union confer on measures to remove the existing threat. Let's go to like
Earlier today, Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara announced that yesterday's photographic surveillance data indicated that
yeah, we went there already. I'm just looking through this because there's new numbers. Nam. This was Nam. Holy shit. Yeah. Vietnam was a proxy war. Korean War was a proxy war. There were a bunch of proxy wars that we had. You know, it was basically an indirect war, you know? Like it was like competition between the United States and Russia.
Oh! Oh, we got third party.
We're still probably like the United States kind of still has a rivalry with Russia. They like got a bit of a rivalry with them, you know. That looks so wrong. It's a giant ass rocket going into the back end of a plane. It just looks so fucked. I don't know. I have a dirty mind. Leave me alone. Oh yeah. And that's about it.
Yeah, but with the grappler, even if you took a couple of shots, you know what I mean? That grappler would get you out of there.
All right. So we're gone now. We're done with that.
We know that there's people there. Let's get out and wait till the storm.
All right. So let's see Pontic's Pawn. Let's see what Tangled Web has to say. This Tangled... No, it hasn't changed at all. Okay, what about EMC2? Alright, day 5. Okay, they're gonna have day 5 now. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind. That don't matter to me. Alright, so you know what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen? We are going to go into Call of Duty real quick. I'm gonna go into Call of Duty real quick. Frankie Phenomenon, what's up? How you doing, Frankie? My TV's old. Yeah, I know, bro. I know, it's a very old TV. It be like that, man. You know, it's a very old ass TV. It's from like the 1960s and 1970s and shit, you know. You know, it be like that. Hold on, let me go fix my shit over here. That's an old TV from the 1970s right there, Frankie. Frankie says hi.
Huh?
Frankie says hi.
What?
Frankie says hi.
Oh, tell him what up,
Oh, by the way, Frankie, Dad says hi. Wow, Frankie, shots fired. Damn, okay.
Why?
He said the TV is Nick old.
TV is what?
Is Nick old because the TV's from the 60s and 70s. Damn. Oof. Frankie. Oh, wow. That's just mean. Oh, well. Still got love for you. Yeah, it's full screen now. I got it to full screen. I got it to full screen. Yeah, there we go. I fixed it. It's fixed.
I got an SMG for
There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Frankie says, "What up, Pokemon?"
There you go, Luis's SMG right here.
I don't know what Pokemon has to do with it, but hey, I'll ask Dad when I get off stream. All right, so the new location that I'm going to be going to.
Oh wow, wow.
The new location I'm going to be going to is going to be B7. Okay, so it's time I went to B7. B7 time. It is time I go to B7. And like I'm gonna do this really quickly because I gotta get back to working and doing some working. But yeah, I want to show you guys this thing real quick. Oh yeah, let me get you, buddy. F1.
Did you open the soup chest?
All right, you know, fuck it, I'll join your game. Just give me party leader. Oh fuck. Shit, wrong thing.
Let's go up. She's got. I don't hear her.
Alright. Because I won't have time to do like all that much, so we'll just go into plunder. I just sent you an invite, Freddy. There we go.
He died quick.
There we go, Captain Price. There we go. Gentlemen.
Are we playing on my server or yours?
Alright, so.
My ping is not good. I'm at 50 ping. Alright, I'm not. My uniform is. I'm gonna go get my uniform, okay?
Alright, so we're gonna go to B7. And we're gonna fuck these guys up. That's what we're gonna do today. That's what's going on today. That's what goes on. Frankie Phenomenon. We got Frankie Phenomenon up in Facebook, man. Shout out to my man Frankie Phenomenon. Dad, I think Dad let me hear some of your music, and bro, it's that hotness. Just saying. Frankie Phenomenon.
Yeah, that's it. That's the right place, yeah.
Check your gear and weapons. Planes are making ready for deployment.
Let's get my old Joker out. I'm gonna be getting the old Joker out right there. I'm gonna whip it out. I'm gonna whip it out for the world to see, you know?
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Well, fuck me in the ass with a ring.
Let's go, Luis.
Sometimes it be like that, boys.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Playtime's over, mate. You're going to the war zone.
War zone time. All right.
Shit! I went to shoot and it picked you up.
Operation Rapid Thunder. Let's go. B7. B7 was right over here. Going to B7.
You see how they're doing it?
Plunder. The job's simple. Secure more
Drop
cash
zone
from the
marked.
enemy.
Get set to deploy.
Set a drop point for your team, soldier.
Alright. We're going to go into B7. No, it was B7. It was B7, man. B7.
Those guys were sloppy.
Yeah, it's B7. Roger, roger.
Disregard that.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go and we're gonna check this thing out. Oh, we went to this place, by the way, Freddy. We went here. We went here. I'll type in the code. Alright, so here we are. B7, right over here. Should be somewhere around here. Somewhere along the edge.
Right.
Yeah, it should be somewhere along the edge, ladies and gents. Alright, Captain. Fuck the top burners, we're going.
Read. That's my son had that in March before all this, you know, just became a thing, and we think that he might have had it, but we don't know, you know.
All right, well let's go back upward.
It's just you don't know how it's gonna react to different people, you know.
Extraction is standing by. Mark an LZ for pickup.
Get your uniform.
All right, let's find that little bunker because it looks like it's in a bunker.
Does it have the chug splashes?
So I know it's in B7. The coordinates specifically stated that it was in B7. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where's Waldo?
No, it's okay.
I think we're falling out of B7 here, bud. Yeah, we're getting out of B7. We need to get back in here.
So I got chug splashes on me. Okay. No,
It said B7.
Come here, let me splash you.
You know?
We gotta get up there, please. What do you have? Alright, hold on. Cover me. There's more chug splashes over here.
Alright, where could it be?
Where are they?
What the fuck? What was that? I think it said B7.
Yes, here you go.
It's gotta be somewhere around here.
They left. Looks like they left. I hope they didn't take the fucking key. Here, let's move out of here, Luis. The key's right here, Luis. Key's right here,
B7.
Luis. I got key. Yeah. Let's ambush them.
Yeah, it's B7. Yeah, it's definitely somewhere around here.
Actually,
Has to be.
Let's go down to the basement, Luis. Let's go to the basement.
Yeah. It's B7.
I don't know where the grapple is. It looks like they didn't take they took the grapple, but they didn't take the keys. Let's go. Close behind you. I have auto opening.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab one of these cars over here. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab a car. I'm gonna grab a vehicle. All right.
We gotta close this.
Yep, I'm gonna grab this vehicle and then I'm gonna go over there.
Whoa, what happened there? Shit, somebody shot at me and my skin came off. I must have bumped into something. Okay, you're gonna have to chop that down and let's do this, please. We're gonna have to chop it in the brick thing on top. Watch out, because it's gonna start shooting at you. Break the floor, not the floor. Thanks, boy. Oh, just the floor. The floor's better.
Heading this way.
Shit. I don't know how I did. I must have bumped into the released my skin, you know? Shit, man, I don't understand that.
So it's basically just on the cusp. Alright, enter access code. So that should be 972 641 38. Here we go. It's opening up. Alright. Alright, let's take a look around. Alright.
Mistakes like that piss me off, you know?
Alright, this is page 1 over here. Looks like there's some sort of phone.
I'm always pissed off.
Another phone here. There's a lot of phones.
Did you see the post that I retweeted?
There's another place over here.
Where he said, you know, that's exactly how I feel, you know? I mean,
Handbags,
I
ideas.
always want to get better with everything.
There's a lot of video cassettes as well. Like, there's a lot of cassettes here.
You know? But to me, I think that's the only way you fucking improve. You just can't let the...
What is this? A battery? This looks like a battery. These look like tires. These look like... Oh! These are the little... Is this a vehicle that they used in the Cold War? Like they put wheels on this thing, and this is a battery over here. Yeah, this is a battery. This is definitely a battery. These are wheels, so it looks like some sort of RC vehicle. This is a piece of metal. I don't know what that is. That's weird. What else is around here? There's another elevator. Nah, you can't open that shit. Ah, bullshit. Anyways. Let's see here. Is there anything up here? This is all paper. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Alright, there we go.
Enemy attack chopper is in the AO.
Alright.
Down and recover the cash.
It's an RCXD. I knew it. This is an RCXD. This is a battery for it. These are 3 wheels for it. I don't know where the 4th one is. Yeah, this is definitely an RCXD. Okay. Is there anything else here? Anything on the back?
Up top right there.
Repositioning.
Yeah, this is an RCXD, alright. That's an RCXD.
They're up top, these are up top.
That confirms my suspicions. Is there anything over here? Anything on the walls? Nothing?
Come here. Come here, Luis. Stop. Let's move out this area. Fuck them. Come on.
Series of books. A lot of sketchy Russian machinery over here, that's for sure.
Let's move this way.
These are definitely some sort of temperature machinery. Yeah, this is all Russian spy equipment. This is Russian spy equipment, definitely. There's a lot of Russian spy equipment in these vaults.
There's an SMG over here, Luis. And there's a burst. Take the burst. These guys are fucking here. Oh!
What does it all mean?
I just killed one?
What does this whole thing mean? I don't know.
Close that one.
I wonder what all this means.
Oh shit, Luis, be careful, they're coming out. What server are we on? Did you join my stream or did Mike? Let's go back to lobby. Let's switch to your server because I got
Trophy system deployed.
Yeah, something's definitely up. Yeah, this place is definitely... There's only one piece of paper here that I see. I don't know what's behind these doors either. There's multiple doors here, all of which I don't know if I can even get into. You know, you can't press the buttons. Yeah, there's no way of getting through here. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. That's it for this place. That's it. There's nothing else here. But yeah. That's pretty much all there is to it here. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it, man. It's Double Nix. I love you guys. And I'm out. Peace, bye. Oh, also, before I go, you know, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and for showing me so much love, you know, as we go through this Call of Duty journey together. You know, and we're, you know, working together, having a good time. You know, and, you know, I just want to thank you guys all for that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you guys are on Facebook, be sure to like the page. And if you want to support the page, you guys can also give stars on Facebook. It really helps the stream. It's amazing. Also, another thing, if you guys are on Twitch, you guys can show love. All of you guys can show love by going to my donation link and showing some love on there. You know, putting up the and showing some, and you know, just giving donations on there. So that's really, really cool. Also, if you guys want to support me in another way, you guys can use supporter creator code DBLNix in the item shop on Fortnite, and you'll be able to show some support to the channel. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much. I love you guys. It's Double Nix, and I'm out.